Okay. All right. Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello, girl from Mars. Hello, MJ Tiger Fang. Hello. Hello, everybody. Get everybody settle down. Settle down. Everybody settle down. Thank you for coming. It's Saturday night. I'm a little bit tired. Not totally tired, but I'm a little bit tired. I'm going to have some water. Hello, girl from Mars. Hello, Andrew Rubin. All our old friends are here. Carrie B, 61. That means she's 4 years younger than I am. Young. So young. But she says she's going to come in and maybe watch the show. Carrie B. Carrie B. Where is Carrie B from? She says, whoops. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Vision and sound good. Is that the case? Let me just check and see what the input thing is here. Keith Bexley is here. Like, subscribe to all the chat. That looks all right, and this looks all right. So that means we're all right. Can you hear me, baby? Baby, can you hear me? Can you see me? That's the Who. Tommy, can you see? Alan Williams is here, calling everybody a lovely. Like, subscribe to this. Thank you very much. I got my expensive microphone. It's not that expensive. It cost me it's a 150-pound microphone, but it's 150 pounds. It's 150-pound microphone. It's a 150-pound microphone. 150 pounds. That's how. It didn't cost me 150 pounds, but I'm gonna see how much it costs, because I have now discovered that I can do this quite easily, which is Elgato 3 microphone by new. See how much that costs? 150, 100, 122, 104, 147. So that's how much it costs. That's how much it costs. It's actually a relatively good quality microphone, which I paid. Let's see what it costs. Buy used. Can you hear me? 79. I paid 75. 21. Why is it's on Temu? Like, you can't trust Temu. Though I ordered something from Temu yesterday. I shouldn't have ordered it. But I don't trust it. It says 145. Like new. This is like new. 80 pounds. 80 pounds. It has its own box. I always think about saving boxes, but I never save the boxes. We're in trouble, everybody. I shouldn't look at Twitter. It just is really, it's like insane. It is insane. I don't know what's happening. What's happening to the other websites? They're all a bit scary. Alex is here. Joe Sanders is here. Do you like the rock opera film Tommy? I remember when it came out. What year did it come out? 1969 or something? There's a new Tommy Robinson musical. Warmelian. Is he asking or saying? I never heard of it. Maybe there is. Anyway, so we got Keith Bexley is there. We got Andrew Rubin. And we're building. We're building up to a number where we can be here. It's Saturday night. I think this is going to be a good way to spend Saturday night. Let's get over here into the stream. Joodles is here. Hello, Joodles. Look at how great I look. Or do I look good? I can't tell. I can't tell if I'm attractive or not. I don't know. My hair is looking bad. I'm wearing I don't know if I'm dressed appropriately. You know what I mean? Once you're young, and then suddenly you're not that young. You're not that young. Maybe I'm too close to the camera. Could that be what it is? That I'm too close to the camera? I don't know. Let's press everybody like and subscribe, and we go from there. Would make a great wicked Uncle Ernie. Yeah, people have said that about me. There's something a bit evilous about me, and I love evil. I love evil. Hi from love from Greenwich, Carrie B. I live in Nunhead, which is SE15. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Carrie B. She came in early, late. She came in late today, and now she's here early. So you got to say, we're glad to have you here. We have a few rules, which I haven't really expressed, but I guess basically, what are the rules? The rules is if you have to go, just you got to go. You don't have to say, I've got to go, and don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about having to go. Just you got to go. When you got to go, you got to go. And what are the other rules? I forget what the other rules are. The other rules is be nice to each other. I forget what the other rules. You're a bit drunk. You're a bit drunk. Okay. Well, maybe that'll make the show even better. Joodles is here. Joe Sanders is here. And she says, good to see you. Good to see you. Sorry. Okay. You've got to go. Okay. Very, very funny. Stuart H. Stuart H. Well, welcome, Stuart H. Thank you. Thank you for even joking like that. Possibly. It's good to have you here. Andrew Rubin is giving Joodles big hugs. Big hugs. Maybe I need a big hug. I feel like I need a big hug. I was on the phone with my friend Russ, and we were talking about whether another comedian who's sort of semi-famous in a certain circle, not really famous, but no carbs, don't be fat or ugly, have sex with Lewis Schaffer, Warmellian. That's not true. That's not true. Try not to be fat. Work on a plan to not be fat. People who are ugly usually are ugly because they're fat. Okay, so don't worry about being ugly. You can't fix that, but fat is important. You don't have to have sex with me, though I might have sex with you if you get thin. It's me. You're not obligated to, but I might be obligated to you as a reward. As a reward for losing all the weight, which I think is fair. Don't you think that's really nice of me? I think it's nice that I'm willing to reward you, possibly. You might not think it's a reward, but I am an internationally recognized celebrity comedian famous for being on GB News. Okay? I might be that. Carrie B says, I knew Malcolm Hardy. Well, there you go. So did I. Very good. Good job, Malcolm Hardy. Died. He fell off a boat going onto his canal, fell from the dock. I am so New York. I would say I'm less New York than I used to be, but I am very New York. Where are you so Greenwich, Carrie B? What does that mean to be Greenwich? Are you old Greenwich? You're probably old Greenwich. Am I New York? I'm not sure. Doris, hogging my bed, damn fireworks. Is that a song? American Bulldog. So you've got an American Bulldog. I'm not sure. First of all, I don't think you should let dogs into bed with you, number one. Number one, you shouldn't let dogs into bed. Have you seen the video of the cat, whatever they do? They're playing with the dough, in a big ball of dough, and they were mashing the dough. And it was like, I mean, I like cats. Cats are clean. But you don't want them touching your food. Sorry. You don't want them touching the food. Alex comes in and says, Fatty was back on GB News an hour ago. He was so rude again. He's a fat guy. He's fat. And he doesn't know he's fat. But if he thinks being fat is a good thing, then he's fat. He's fat. Yeah. I mean, will I ever be back on it? I'll never be back on GB News. I don't know what the story is. Maybe I don't deserve to be back on GB News. I mean, really, I saw the image, but thank you, Alex, for putting the image back on there. I do appreciate that. Anyway, so that's, I don't know, is that good news or bad news? I'm in a Saturday night mood. Carrie B. Have you ever been to Tea and Sympathy between 12 and 13? Between 12 and 13, 108 Greenwich Avenue. I don't remember. I don't remember. I never hung out too much on Greenwich Avenue. I don't know. Let me look it up. Can I look it up? 108 Greenwich Avenue. Tea and Sympathy. Oh, it's a shop. It's a shop. Let's see what the images have. I'm looking at the images. I don't know, how long has it been there? 108 Greenwich Avenue. What is it? It's like a tea room or something. It's an English tea room. West Village Institution. I don't think I've ever been there. Let's see how old it is. How long has it been there? How long has Tea and Sympathy been in business? How long? 1990, making it over 34 years old. It's a British restaurant and tea room. No, I've never been there. No. I was living in New York up until 2000. Well, I was living in Brooklyn from basically sometime in the 1990s, sometimes in the 1990s. No. I was living in Brooklyn from 97, I think. Oh my God, 97. 97. No, I've never been there. What about the place? Tell us about the place. Did you want to see that, everybody? I used to live really close to the market, Raison Williams, where that song was written about. Where is that? The owner is my friend Nikki from Blackheath. Well, there you go. You know what? If I go back to New York, or when I go back to New York, I would go, hey, you live in Blackheath. I lived in Southwark, in Nunhead, near Peckham. And she'd go, oh, come on in. Possibly. William Lucas. Hello, William. Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. Yeah, that's a great song. William Lucas. Thank you very much for coming in, William Lucas. It's a lovely tea shop in New York from 1990. My favorite London pub is the Intrepid Fox. Where is that? Where is the Intrepid Fox? I mean, there's a million places to go to and a million things. I used to love those things. The owner is okay. He means he's deported. When he's deported, yeah. If I'm deported, I don't want to leave. I'm quite happy here. And I'm happy with you people. I'm happy here. But, it's like when you go back to America. Adam Hudson is here. Welcome back, Adam Hudson. So sorry, I'm back. It's been a hectic few weeks. Well, you come back when you want to come back. There's no pressure on anybody. The point is that, what am I saying? Is there a million places to go to. You can't go to all the places. You can't go to all the places. You want to go to all the places, but you can't go to all the places. And, I used to go to all the places when I first moved to New York. But I was 33 years old. No, I was 40 years old. No, 97, I was 40 years old. So I was quite old. I was old back in 1990. I was 33 years old in 1990. Yeah, I'm so glad. Thank you very much. Well, we are loving to Greenwich people. I know what Greenwich people are. And we try to be I try to be diversionary. Meaning we're taking our minds off the horrible things of the world, which I shouldn't even mention. I am a backing singer for Squeeze. Oh my God, I used to love Squeeze. I actually performed with them at the hotel in Greenwich, at the Greenwich something during the fake horse show that they had there. UK Squeeze. We used to call it UK Squeeze because there was a squeeze in America. UK Squeeze. Yeah, incredible. Incredible. I performed with them, really. Well, I did the stand-up comedy, whatever I do. Not that I was prepared or anything. Glenn Tilbrook and the other guy. I saw Squeeze in 1978, just before they were famous. I really liked them back in the day. And that Up the Junction song is this, having had kids and having fighting for the, to see my kids. That was one of the saddest songs ever. Saddest songs ever. But that you're a backup singer. Yeah, those were good times. Good times. Well, Adam Hudson, welcome back, Adam Hudson, with a T. Welcome back. William Lucas, where are you from? Are you fat? Are you a boy? Are you a girl? Chris Difford. I mean, just brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. That's the thing that Britain used to be famous for, is the music. Some incredible musical bands. Yes, incredible musical bands. I mean, I liked them all. From Elvis Costello, Sex Pistols, just them all, Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely that you are here, Chris Difford. It's lovely that you are here. It's Saturday night. You're allowed to have a drink on a Saturday night. Just, let's, I'm not going to tell somebody not to drink. I really want to drink. Elvis Costello, amazing. Amazing. And I would rather be anywhere else than here today. And I would rather be anywhere else. Incredible. They tried to cancel him because, incredible. But don't cancel anybody. Don't cancel anybody. Cool for Cats. Yeah. Da 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 da. Yeah, well, that's what happens. Everybody can't make it. Even if all your friends made it. Okay? Even if all your friends. Oh, you mean made it in a like I'm a success and they're a success and I'm not a success? Or do you mean it like made the music? What do you mean by that? I don't know. What did we discuss? Did we finish everything we had to discuss during the earlier show? I don't remember if we did. If we discussed everything we had to discuss. But if you do remember something, we won't let them deport you, Lewis. We will tie ourselves to you like the hippies used to when they tried to chop down old trees. Yes, that's a good idea. What did they try to cancel Elvis Costello for? He used the N-word on somebody, and I don't remember what it was for, But they made it, maybe they justified, he called him, I don't remember what. Should I look it up? You don't want to look up why they tried to cancel him. You don't remember that, Lucy. If I had made it, it would have been a car crash TV. Yeah, well, there you go. Oliver's Army. And I would rather be anywhere else than here today. Do you know that song? It's one of my favorite songs. That's what I feel like, too. We're doing the best that we can do. And you know what? How old are you? You're 4 years younger than I am. Your day is not done. The Jam. Love the Jam. I was in a film with him. What's his name? What's the guy's name? The main guy in the Jam. I tell you, my memory is so bad. It's not like I don't remember the Jam singer. Paul Weller. Paul Weller. He's about the same age as I am. How old is Paul Weller? I'm checking this out myself. I got to do this all myself. How old is Paul Weller? How old do you think he is? Making him 67 years old. He's a year younger than I am. He's a year younger than I am. There you go. Yeah. Was that Elvis Costello? What was that? Why they banned him? Yes. One more, less white, whatever. That was before you couldn't say that word. It could have replied to lots of people, but he said that. Tommy Steele, you are 60. Tommy Steele, welcome to the show. I'm Lewis Schaffer. Let me introduce myself. Thank you for coming. Tommy Steele, you are 60. So you're 8 years younger than I am. I'm going to be turning 69 years old. I'm kind of looking forward to 70. You like to be 70. I'm a bit younger, 64. Been there, done that. Yes, you're 64. I said you're 4 years younger than I am because it says it on your thing. It says Carrie B, 61. I was an educated guess, I think. But Girl from Mars, loved the jam, loved Paul Weller. He's still around. He's still in the game. We can't live forever, but let's make something out of our life. I was talking today, I was saying with my friend Russ, and we're talking about a friend of mine, and he was saying he was a stand-up comedian. He's saying he hates doing stand-up, but he does it every single day. And I don't believe that that's possible. I don't think it's possible to do something every single day. We've got to redefine what it means to hate something. I hate tons and tons of things, but I do it every day. You have to take responsibility. If you do something every single day, what does it mean to hate something? What does it mean to love something? If that's the case, what does it mean? Elvis C. did a really short gig in Portsmouth years ago. We weren't happy. Yeah, probably. I mean, I've seen lots of people do short gigs. I've done some short gigs. You know, you go, I can't be here. It's not normally because I've made a decision. It's usually the audience has made a decision. I mean, he's Elvis Costello. He's Elvis Costello, actor, singer, writer, abstract artist, still alive and learning. There we go, Carrie B. So let's give Carrie B a big round of applause. And she lives so close to me. We can meet for a drink in that pub. What's the name of the pub? I forget the name of the pub that maybe it's that I performed in. I performed in this pub in Greenwich, or is it in Deptford? Is it in Deptford or Greenwich? Control A. Pub in, I don't remember the name of it, but you need to know the name if you're going to say, hey, meet me in the pub. Pub in Greenwich, maybe, Greenwich. The Gypsy Moth? No. The Crown? Possibly. In Deptford? Maybe it's in Deptford? Let me just check Deptford. I don't even remember what the name of the thing is called. Deptford? I've been there many times. It's local, basically. It's local. Pubs in Deptford. Where would it be? The Badger? Lord Cycle? No. The Duke? The Lucky Anchor? No. The Royal George? No. I don't know. It's a good question. It's like it's on the corner, and they built a building across the street. At least I think they built a building across the street. It's not on that road. The Guilford Arms? No. Could be the Guilford Arms. It looks like the right location. Why don't we do this? What is the cheapest pub in Greenwich? Who knows what the cheapest pub in Greenwich is besides the Ashburton Arms? The Crown? I don't know. They're always gonna say, oh, it's the whatchamacallit. Up the Creek? No, the Duke's is gone now. The Duke. Up the Creek. That's not Up the Creek is not the cheapest pub, is it? Suggs and Paul Weller have done some good duets on the Tube recently. I didn't know that. I've been paying attention to them. Up the Creek. Is the Creek considered the cheapest pub in it's not even a pub anymore. It's like a restaurant. They tore down the building. It's, the BBC is radio silent on that, Judel says. I don't know. The Dukes. Let me just see if I can find a picture of the Dukes. I remember what the inside is. I'm a bit embarrassed and my memory is so bad. How am I supposed to be a comedian if my memory is so bad? Let's see what this is. Could that be it? The Duke of Greenwich? Not of that. What are some other names? I'll have to check for other names. Del Boy Trotter has arrived. Everybody, Del Boy Trotter. Thank you for coming, Del Boy Trotter. Hi, I just joined. Do you think Prince Harry should lose his title next? I assume he'd have known as Harold Windsor the Fourth or the Third. There have been some few. I will not gang up. Oh, Prince Harry. I mean, why not? Why not trash all of them? It'll save them money from having to defend them, possibly. But I say no. Prince Harry was totally mistreated by his father. That's why he's trying to get back at his father. Yeah. That's why he was getting back at his father. I forget. They shouldn't take away Prince Andrew's title, and they shouldn't take away Harry's title. What else do those people have are titles? They're trying to be serious as they sell themselves out to this country or for this country. Sorry about that. That was like me screaming. That was me getting so upset. 2 arrests that changes the game completely. So it's a coordinated attack. What are you talking about, Andrew Rubin? Did I just get really upset there? I know the place. I performed it up the creek. I've been there. It's a beautiful room. It's a nice club. Just 2 more mentalist rubes. Harry's dad is not Charles. He wasn't given enough love, and his mother was basically hurt by the dad. And it's like my kids too. Me too. I've been hurt. I've been hurt by my dad, maybe, or my mom. Who knows who hurt me? I don't care if Harry loses his title, says Vatanai. Just don't give him any money. All royal children are effed up in some way. So give him some money. He deserves it. He's supposed to be a prince. That's not saying, oh, you're a prince, go get a job. He's supposed to be a prince. I don't know. How can you people be so cruel? Vatanai, don't be cruel. An eyewitness said it's a black man on Sky News. Have you ever listened to Derek and Clive years and years ago? That was so many years ago. That was like when was that, in the 60s, the 70s? How many more lives gone for the sake of diversity? I don't know. Let's, yeah, we know it. We know all about this. I'm effed up. Give me free money. He's got a title. We're giving, we, the British English people, you are giving him money. Birdseye is here. Hello, Birdseye. Where are you calling from? Are you a boy? Are you a girl? How old are you? Are you fat? Birdseye. It's from the 70s. Yeah, I mean, they were great. Both of them was great. I've done a gig not with the guy, with his wife. I did the guy. It's amazing, Vatanai. Get rid of the royals. Give him some money. Don't be so cruel all at the same time. Yes. I mean, people have very mixed feelings about the royals. Very mixed feelings about the royals. But here is the truth. The truth is that if you're going to have a royal family, look at the king. Look at what the king did. What did the king do? Was the king any better than... I mean, what did he do? What has he done? He knew he was going to be king, and he's having an affair while he knew he was going to be king. Whereas Andrew had no idea, knew he wasn't going to be king. So it's something different. You're breaking the rules. Rule number 1, don't be cruel. Vatanai. Next thing, you'll be not trying not to be fat. Yeah, the rules are we got to be nice. I'm not saying we have to be nice to Andrew. Okay? We have to be nice to ourselves, nice to me. I always forget. Oh my God, you're 25 years old, male from Scotland. My ex-wife is from Scotland. Thank you very much. Everybody, I appreciate Birdseye being so forthright in the information that you're giving us. I hope you're not fat. I'm going to leave it at that. Where in Scotland are you from? Peter Cook and Dudley Moore. They were genius. I guess they were, especially Peter Cook. Peter Cook. How old was Peter Cook when he died? This is what I'm interested in. Because you reach a certain age and you think, well, when did they die? How old was Peter Cook? Peter Cook. Cook. Death. Oh my God. Guess how old he was. You don't want to know. What did he die of? What did he die of? What did Peter? Whoops! What happened there? Peter Cook, cause of death. What was his cause of death? He had a gastrointestinal hemorrhage from years of heavy drinking. Well, that's what they blamed it on. How old was he? Let me get back on the chat here. How old was Peter Cook? He was 57 years old. How old am I? 68 years old. I don't want to die. We don't want to die. Stop drinking, everybody. Yes, Lewis contradicts himself all the time. On the roof, I do. I contradict myself every single sentence, every single thing that I say. 57. Thank you, Kermit. Thank you for getting in there. I appreciate it. I ask a question, but now I don't even wait for the answer, but Kermit comes in with the answer. Every single thing out of my mouth, I believe to be true. I rarely lie, but then I change my mind a second later. I change it a second later. It's not even belief. It's just an inbuilt contradiction gene he has. Because I can see two sides of every story, every belief system. I can see what's the good thing, what's the bad thing. And at a certain point, you've got to go, you know what? This is good. It's good that the Muslims are taking over. It's good that we're not allowed to eat pork. It's a good thing that the women are not, whatever it is, I could see it. People call me a pedo when PDF, when I defend Prince Andrew. But he was at a party with alcohol. The legal drinking age in the U.S. is 21. What was a 16-year-old illegal in the state they were in doing there? Who are you talking about? A girl that he was having sex with? All the royals, says Vatanai, even if you have been hard done by, are born into privilege and wealth. Harry has wasted his advantages. How do you know? Maybe he's doing the best he can do. Maybe what are you doing with your privileges, Vatanai? I am a contradiction. I was born into privilege. I grew up in one of the richest towns in America. My father was an attorney. My mother was a teacher. And what have I accomplished? I'm here with you people. Okay? Am I a failure? I would say you have to say, Lewis, you are a failure. Wouldn't you have to say that? So he's a failure. He's doing the best he can do. He grew up as a divorced child. His mother did not receive the love that she needed, whatever that was. Okay? So you got to feel for the guy. Peter Cook was one of the goons, wasn't he? Yes, he was. Spike Milligan, etc. Cook, Seacom, my second cousin, says MJ Tiger Fang. And I forgot the other guy, Inspector Clouseau guy, Peter Sellers. Ask everyone, has Harry wasted his advantages? That doesn't mean you don't know his story. You haven't slept in his shoes. Peter Sellers, Joe says. Yes, you're right. I think it's Peter Sellers. I never saw it, but people I know really love that show. Birdseye says he's from Paisley originally. I'm not fat. Prince Andrew went from prince to common, Andrew. I thought I'd see him outside the job center. I thought you'd seen him outside the job center. You know what? Maybe he will wake up and say, I'm going to accomplish something now. I've got 5-10 years left of my life. Maybe that's what's going to happen. Maybe we have a chance, each and every one of us, to suddenly become great. Whatever it'll take. And say, I want to be great. I don't want to be a failure. I don't want to be a loser anymore. I want to be great. That's what it is. Peter Cook wasn't one of the goons. Now we have to look. Can we go look at the goons? Let's go look at the goons. Window capture. Let's go look at the goons. Ready? Are you ready? Let's go look who was in the Goons. Who was in... Whoops. This is not working. There we go. Who was in the Goons show? Okay, let's ask. And this is the answer. Harry Seacombe, Peter Sellers, Spike Milligan, with Michael Bentine. Okay, so he wasn't in with the Goons. He wasn't in with the Goons. Peter Sellers, Michael Bentine was part of the cast. You know, the Goons, there was a movie, but we're talking about something else. Very interesting. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Lucy, for the information. That's what we need. We need all full-on participation. Okay? This is what we need to do. We need to always say, Warmelon says, you always tell the truth, even when you lie. Yes, I would say that there's a lot of lying that I do, but I tell the truth. I try to tell the truth. I don't want you to like me. I don't want to pretend that I'm somebody better than I am. Have you ever heard me say that I'm better than I am? Has Harry wasted his advantages? I'm asking, what does that mean? Who are you to judge Harry? Who are you to judge Andrew? He's the second child. It's the same thing with the King of England. Who was the King of England who took over when what's his name abdicated? He was like a total wasteoid, but he became king and a good king, I guess. My grandmother always said that success is based on how happy you feel and how happy you make other people feel. This is what Del Boy says. I think you are very successful and you are far from a failure. That is one of the nicest things I've ever done. I'm trying my best now to get back and to do this thing. That's why I'm doing it every single day. I hope I'm trying my best to do this. Let's all do that. Let's make people happy. And you don't know, Prince Harry's life isn't over. Maybe he'll wake up and say to King Charles, take your effing house. Take your big house. I don't need it. Take whatever you have. Okay? Please don't kill me. That's what he should say. Lucy was right about who is in it. Lucy is way ahead of us. She is way ahead of us. She's a bright, bright, bright girl. I think you have been very wrong about Josh Howie. I think I need to walk in his shoes. I may have to judge him harshly. Do you want to know something? I think you've been wrong about Josh Howie. I mean, maybe I shouldn't judge him as harshly as I have judged him. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I should mind my own business about him. Maybe I should have been nicer. You know, it was some very stressful times, Israel, and being on the TV and feeling I wasn't amounting to anything, but feeling I was way in over my head. It's really stressful. Let's all make a plan. There's a song, I forget what the song is, but let's make a plan to be the best we possibly can be. Best. There you go. Peter Cook was one of the Beyond the Fringe with Dudley Moore, Alan Bennett, and Jonathan Miller. Yeah, those were really brilliant back then. They came from the Fringe, and the Fringe was the Fringe, basically. Indeed, Del Boy, this is what Joodle says. Let's pay attention to what Joodles says, as I always do. And she knows, do I not pay attention to what Joodle says? People will not remember what you say, but they always remember how you made them feel. Yes, that's true. And sometimes I forget. But you see how I am here. I get like so worked up. Well, it's not for me. I wish I was controlled, but I'm not controlled. Joodles. And when you're not controlled, you make people feel bad. But I am 67 years old. Okay? I'm 67. 68, and I'm going to try to do the best I possibly can do. What else can I do? The whole world, but that's like that song. Yesterday is past, now let's all start. I mean, it's a religious song, but like yesterday is past, we're moving forward. Do you disagree with me? Lucy, do you disagree with me? Donald J. Trump has told Charles, Andrew Rubin says, on his last state visit was entirely what may come of come out of the Epstein files, Syl had no option but to act. Who is Syl? You mean, what's her name? Camilla? I don't know what you mean. So you're saying Donald Trump said to Charles, hey, I've seen the file, and Andrew is a bad boy. So Charles, who is totally, he doesn't represent England. He doesn't represent Scotland or Wales or the Angles or the Saxons or the Jutes who are living in this country. He does not represent the Normans or the Vikings or the Picts. He doesn't remember. He's not looking after the Irish, the Welsh, the Celts. He's not looking after the Cumbrians, the whatever it is. He's not representing us. So maybe it's wrong for me to say that. They're going to come after me. And they're going to say, it's not even sedition because it's like I'm not English. Lewis, I went to the doctors the other day, says Carrie B. And she said, Carrie B, you are going to stop masturbating. I asked why. She said, because I'm still examining you. I like those jokes. I like those jokes. It's not the best kind of joke, but the fact that you told it to me makes you a good person. Keith Bexley says, very interesting, Ruben. Yeah, maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's what happened. But you got to stand by your man. He's your man. I think maybe Charles was jealous of Andrew because Andrew, nobody was watching Andrew when he did what he did. And maybe Charles wanted to be like that. Alan Williams is here, which is really good. Harry's a grass. Simple. What does Harry mean? He's a grass. That means he's ratting on his friend? Is that what you mean? He's a rat? Is that what a grass is? He's a tattletale or whatever? Vatanai says, I was trying to say to you about what you said to me about Harry. I don't care about Josh. Okay, let me see. What did you say? What did I say about Harry? I mean, I feel for Harry. I feel the pain. Comes from. I feel like my kids. My kids were. There was a divorced household. My parents were kind of divorced too. So I feel for anybody who's from a divorce. I think divorce should be illegal. I'm not sure I believe that, but it sounds good. Do you agree with that? Anyway, I think Cook was in the first episode of Have I Got News for You, and then the film version of One Foot in the Grave. Peter Cook has a long storied. Steve Coogan told me that joke on a casino boat in the Thames. Is that true? When was that? Have we met each other, Carrie? I won't say anything about the Royals. I don't want to be criticized. Well, that's very human of you, Vatanai. Very, very human. I'm too stupid about being criticized. I went and made complaints about people, and I just said, this guy's killing me. And I shouldn't, a snitch, a rat, yes, bird's eye, a grass, yes. Nobody wants to be criticized. We don't want to be criticized, but, I like any kind of attention. I'm with you. I don't like the attention. So Harry is a snitch. Why is he a snitch? 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 I feel for him. Let's think of why we should feel for the guy. First of all, he's not living in his home. He's living in America, which sounds amazing, but it's still not his home. You'd want to be living in your whatchamacallit, in your own home. This is my home now, but for the first years of living in Britain, it was really hard and painful. The Queen didn't like Fergie, and apparently Fergie was in debt, and Andrew was dying a guy for her. What does that mean? To get her some income as a favor. Fans meet Andrew and stuff. Yeah. Celebrities used to let fans buy time meets. Yeah. So you're saying MJ Tiger Fang that Fergie was in debt because a lot of women are in debt. Very few women become rich. And I'm sorry, Lucy, I'm sorry, Joodles, but very few women. And so Andrew said, I'll make you some money. Here's Jeffrey Epstein. He'll give you some money. We have not met yet. Okay, we could meet. Del Boy says, this guy over the past year has taken off 15 years of his age. He looks like a completely different person. Yeah, he does. Okay, let him look like a different person. Who the F about who gives an F about royals? They have never been homeless or rough sleeping. But they still have their problems because human beings have problems. Do they not have problems? They do have problems, Carrie B. Sometimes rough sleepers have an easier time falling asleep and having no guilt and living a happy life than a guy who lives in a mansion. I can't sleep at night. I've got my own room. Whatever. Remember when the undercover hack recorded Fergie demanding £500,000 for access, is what Judith says, to Creepsville Andrew. After that, she had to go crawling to Epstein. Yeah. So who's to blame for that? This is what happens with a royal family. But if you say they do a lot of good in this country, gesund, hate, whatever that means. Okay. Alex, here's Alex coming in there. But first, let's see what Andrew says. I like any kind of attention. How about immigration department or inland revenue? Okay, maybe not that. But, once you're being attacked by that, it makes you focus on things. And then the minute they're gone, you think, oh, wow, that's a relief. There was an American show where a woman were caught cheaters on their husbands, usually mid-sex, and the whole camera crew comes in with the husband and busts them. That's totally wrong. It's not up to, people should be able to do what they want to do. Don't you agree with that? I'm not sure I do agree with that. But what do you think about that, Alex? MJ Tigerfang says he got friends with the wrong guy. I don't know if Andrew's guilty or not, but I do believe in innocence until proven system. That's the British way. Media usually judges reverse. That's totally good point. We don't know if he's guilty. We haven't even heard what he's guilty of. What is he guilty of? He knew Jeffrey Epstein. He had sex with a 17-year-old. What else is he guilty of? I'd like to hear something. Make a list. You know who would know this? Lucy would know this. So tell me, Lucy, what is Prince Andrew guilty of? All the royals abuse their positions, says Vatanai, and mismanage their situations. No money for Fergie, Harry, Andrew, or any of them. How about no money for Charles? How about take away his house? How about that? How about let's go all the way? How about no money for Camilla? No money for William? No. How about no royals? Let's go all the way without the monarchy. Del Boy says. This is Del Boy. Whoops. Keir Starmer would even have more power. The less power he has, the better. He has already flooded the skies with chemtrails, blocked petitions, and is forcing digital IDs on us. Do you want to know something? And then then the political system would change in this country. It would change. The fact is, I don't think people ever anticipated that the King of England would be a globalist. But he's a globalist. He's not fighting for the Angles, the Saxons, the Jutes, the Cornish, the Celts, the Welsh, the Picts, the Scots, the Irish, the Northern Irish. He's not fighting for those people. Gesundheit. Exactly, Shanks. Good to see you, Shanks. Kundi even. Predictive text. What does Kundi mean? The king agrees with Starmer, Vatanai says. Yes. Sedition. It could be worse. What could have been worse, Joe? What could have been worse, Lucy? What are you saying? Yeah, Carrie B, I'm with you there. I am with you there. I'm not going to read this aloud, but you know what I'm saying, Carrie B. I'm with you. They got plans for this country. they got plans. But the truth is, we're all going to die. A lot of us are old. Some of us are 24. Some of us are young. We're not giving up. And drinking is giving up. Being fat is giving up. Taking drugs is giving up. We're going to fight. I'm guessing Kundi knows her then. She's very starstruck by people she met once. Okay, now I got to look up Kundi. I don't have my memory, but I'm not complaining about any of this. I do not have my memory, but I'm going to fight it out. I'm going to fight it out. Lizzie Kundi. She was born in 1968. She's an English socialite, very pretty girl. She is, who is she? I don't even know who she is. She's a presenter for Fubar Radio. That was like the hope for the future, Fubar. Jason Kundi. Who is Jason Kundi? They separated and divorced. They have 2 children together. She's a supportive of the Conservative Party. Who is she? I mean, what is her background? Where was she born? It doesn't say anything about her. It doesn't say where she was from. So let's find out. Where is Lizzie Kundi from? This is embarrassing that I don't know this. Is she Richmond? Is she from Richmond? She's from Richmond. She's an affluent resident. No, that's what it says about Richmond. What nationality is she? She's British. What does that mean to be British? I don't know what that means. Was she in EastEnders? I mean, what does it mean to be British? People who hate the English call themselves British. She always says this is a country is bursting at the seams, and Starmer, all she says, who are you talking about? Oh, she's always on GB News. Well, I have not met her. Maybe I have met her. I don't pay enough attention. The most important thing is to remember, one of the most important things is to remember somebody's names. That's what Dale Carnegie said to do. Lewis, do you believe that overweight people overeat? Of course they do. Of course they overeat. What does that question mean? Of course they do. You can't get fat without eating. You can't breathe the air and get fat. I'm sorry. Royals in the past licked the arse of the Rothschilds when they were broke. Well, because they had the money, but people knew that. They supported the Bank of England propping up the must. Yes, they did. They did. Oh, she was a famous wag. Okay. Well, she was at least making the football players happy. Remember what year did they go to South Africa? What was the South African, all those wags? Yeah, I don't know the entire story of the wags thing. I don't follow football as much as I should. That's a major regret that I have. I should really pay attention to it. I basically follow where Crystal Palace is doing. That's about it. You never know that Kundi is thinking. She can barely move her face, says Kermit. I don't know her. She looks pretty in the picture. What was your biggest cultural shock when first living in the UK? Basically, no ice, no showers. Nobody had showers back when I moved here. Nobody had showers. That you couldn't go to a restaurant past 4:00 in the afternoon. If you wanted to go out to a restaurant, there was no food. Lewis, do you know about polycyclic ovarian syndrome? Yes, I do know. It's caused by a high carbohydrate diet. Why, do you have that? Does that make you fat? No, being fat causes that. It also makes you fat. I'm sorry, Carrie. I've got to be nice. Everybody, tell me to be nicer. Why? Do you have that? If you want to get rid of that, here's your cure. Here's your cure. Anyway, Lizzie Kundi is a B-list celeb on Talk and GB News. She's very thick and has artificial everything, Vatanai. Well, if she's a B-list celebrity, what celebrity am I? Am I a C-list celebrity? I don't think I'm a C-list. Am I a D-list celebrity? I don't think that I am. Carbs, of course, cause polycyclic. Go Google it. To be British is to be like founders of countries like the USA, Canada, Australia, Israel, to name a few. I mean, yeah. I mean, because, yes, they were British, but people who live in England, when you call an English person British, you're basically de-ethnicizing them. It's racist. It's racist. No food. Shanks in 2000. Yes, there was no, you couldn't go to a restaurant like a cafe or a dine. Every cafe closed at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Are you old enough to remember that? Of course you are. Leanne is here. She's here. Leanne is here. You are a real guy, a mensch, an annoying one, though. Thank you. That's the highest compliment you can give me one tonight. Is, you know what, I don't agree with you. You annoy the hell out of me. Sometimes I think you're an idiot, but I like you. I like that. I like that. That's what stand-up comedy is. It's somebody, why am I shouting? It's somebody who is likable. Who is likable. Showering every day does more harm than good. Yes, I don't shower every day anymore. Talipa is here. Welcome back. Welcome back, Talipa. Everybody give Talipa a round of applause. What happened to Carrie B and her polycyclic ovarian syndrome, whatever that's called? Are you going to give me an argument? Or are you Googling it? Talipa, welcome back. Welcome back. I've been shouting for 40 minutes. Yeah, Judel. So why don't you tell me, hey, Lewis, calm down? Why don't you do that, Lewis? Alex, Leanne is in the house. A beautiful, beautiful girl. That's not about eating low carbon. Low carbon. Although it may help. It's not about carbohydrates. Okay? Yes. No carbs. It may help. It's about having thousands, if not millions, of cysts on your ovaries. Not the woman's fault. It is the woman's fault because she's been eating high carbs. It's like I've had high carb growth problems too. I had a cyst on my back. A cyst on my back. That's from a high carb diet. I had in this foot. Can you see it? I can barely bend it. I don't think I can bend it. Why can't I bend it? I can't raise it up here. I can't. Can you see it? I had athlete's foot. It's not a woman's fault. You don't know. Now you know. You just say, Lewis, I want to listen to everything that you say. It's about eating low carb foods. No sugars, no starch, no potato. And I'm a hypocrite because I go out and I have a high carb lifestyle. It's not high carb, but it's not as low as it should be. But I know it's bad. It's like saying I got lung cancer. How long did you smoke for? You know, did it cause it directly? You wouldn't have had it if you hadn't smoked. You know, I've got stomach cancer. Why do you have stomach cancer? Well, maybe because I was drinking. I still drink, but at least you should blame it on that. PCOS is caused by a high carb diet. I'm not even gonna argue with it. I'm your doctor. You didn't know you were signing up to this, Carrie B, but it's true. It's starting to get very bad acid heartburn when I eat processed food. You are so right about health and diet. It's 90% diet. Some part of the sun, stress is important. Not smoking is important. Not drinking is important. You know, sleeping is important. Yes, you're right. You're right, Warmelian. You know, you want stomach acid reflux? Eat carbs. Eat carbs. Look at Bill Clinton. He's dying. He's going to die any moment now. Former Prime Minister, this is Del Boy, says, created a law in 1994 that supermarkets could only open 6 hours on a Sunday, and no Prime Minister has challenged this law. This is why we need Nigel Farage. Do we want them to open all day Sunday? Is that what you're saying? You want shops to be open 24 hours a day, which will put the individual shop owners out of business, and we'll only have Tesco's and Sainsbury's? I mean, what is that what we want? Luke Beeson's Dracula is fabulous. Caleb Landry Jones is amazing. That's what you're changing the subject. Carrie B, defend it. Google, let's all Google. Hold on a second. Window capture. Let's all Google PCOS. Whoops, I got a problem with the C key. PCOS and carnivore diet. And carnivore diet. Okay, there we go. Is it effective? Is carnivore diet good for PCOS? It helps improve insulin sensitivity. It's just saying you want to improve your sensitivity, don't eat sugar. Okay? Eliminating carbohydrates, which can lead to improved blood sugar weight. Of course it does, because you're not eating sugar. Let's see. Let's just make it simple. Let's put the word carb in there. And carbs. Managing carbohydrates is key for PCOS. Do you think I'm making this shit up? Come on, people. Get on board with Lewis Schaffer. I'm saving lives here. I'm going to save your life, Carrie B. Okay, I was 12 being diagnosed low carb. First of all, it's not carbon. You're not eating carbon. You're eating carbs, which is a mixture of carbon, hydrogen, and sugar. Be more open. Medicated. Most females are born with PCOS. That is an untruth. It's an untruth. It's an untruth. You want to cure yourself. Stop eating low carbs. And then when I mean stop eating it, maybe even go so low carbs, your body go. I can't explain it all to you, but it's carbs, not carbon. The Sunday opening hours were used to prevent shop workers from being made to work 7 days a week and to have some family times. Should they want it? Yeah, that was the reason. That was the reason. I mean, I'm a libertarian. I believe people should be able to open their shops anytime they want to. But I see the benefit of it. Stop yelling. Sorry. Am I yelling? I'm being shamed. Sorry. Sorry, girl from Mars. I'm sorry. Tiger, I just wondered. This is what Leanne is asking. I just wondered what the hell they were doing letting him on TV until I learned his what? His you? I thought Sunday hours were dedicated to the church. Well, that was the initial thing. Remember, a day of rest, which was orchestrated by the Jews. So thank the Jews that you have a day of rest, or even the idea of a day of rest. You know, Carrie B disagrees with me. Well, you can disagree with me, but I have made my point. If you want to get rid of it, you go on a low carbohydrate diet. What you should do is you should try for a couple of months of a low carbohydrate diet. You know what happened to me? I had gout. I had plantar fasciitis, which is amazing foot pain. I couldn't move my shoulder. My finger was locked in place. I had bleeding gums. I had total psoriasis, which is like PCOS on the outside of your body. I had sleep apnea. I had to have a machine. You know I had these problems. I had a cyst removed twice from my back. I had lumps coming up in my chest. Okay? And I went on a low-carb diet. Look at me now. Look at how beautiful I am. Look at this. There's no psoriasis. I'm quite loud. Sorry about that. Sorry. I guess I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. I'm being a bit bad. Yeah, a lot of mothers I was a very fat child. I'm not saying it was caused by that. But she fed me in a high carb way. We all ate in a high carb way back then. Everybody eats in a high carb way. You need to stop eating carbohydrates. This is what I believe. First of all, what is a low carbon diet? I've never heard that word used. What does that mean? How many grams of carbs are you eating a day? I don't believe it. Are you overweight? See, this is where I'm losing. I'm going to lose you, Carrie. Do not unfriend me, please. I don't know what's saying. Telling someone that they have polycystic ovaries are caused by carbs is completely mad. Ovary stuff is set in the womb when the female fetus is conceived. But I do not believe that. I do not believe that. That's what I'm saying. You are yelling and being narrow-minded wanker, although I quite like you. There you go. I'm going to come to Greenwich, and I'm going to come and give you a hug, and we can have a drink at the cheapest pub in Greenwich. Okay? because I need somebody who lives close by to me. I can't be falling in love with girls all over the place. All you people up in Northern Ireland or Lincoln or Folkestone or wherever you people are, Eastbourne, wherever you people live. I can't be doing that. I got to have a girl close by. Carrie B. Carrie B, no. Yeah, there you go. I doubt that a low-carb diet helps. It does help. I don't doubt that a low-carb diet helps many health problems, but you can't blame a fetus on eating. I'm not blaming a fetus on eating. When did I blame a fetus? She's 64 years old, and she's got these problems now. I'm trying to save someone's life. You have no idea. What does that mean? What does that mean, Carrie B? She's literally just walked in the door. You're screaming at her, Lewis. I know, I'm horrible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Carrie B. I'm horrible. I know, Joodles. I'm sorry. Everybody, let's apologize to Joodles. Just say, don't worry about him. He's having a bad day or something. Let's say that to Joodles. Everybody say Joodles. It's cool. It's cool. Most men fall in love with me. Then I run for the hills. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, maybe we'll make a change. You'll fall in love with me. Maybe. I have sleep apnea. You do, Del Boy Trotter. So did I. Do you have a CPAP machine? I've developed scoliosis from sleeping on my side, as sleeping on my back can result in me choking. First of all, I don't believe in sleep apnea the way it's... Do you have a machine? I had a machine too for 4 or 5 years. Every single day I was like a slave to this. That's the machine that I had. Sleep apnea is a scam, is an absolute scam. And being pushed air into your lungs is so dangerous. I'm not apologizing to you, Joodles. Should I apologize to you? You're a walker, but I like you. We're wanker. Is music to my ears? Yes. Yes, it is. It is. It is, because I want to be liked for the thoughts in my brain, Lucy. I want to let it all hang out. What's that song, Let It All Hang Out? What is that song, Let It All Hang Out? Lewis, you people, at least we're spread around, a girl in every port, etc. Yeah, it could be good. It could work out for the best. Maybe when we go on tour, I'll do a show in wherever you are from, Joodles. And then you'll say, you have no audience, Lewis. Now do me. Now do me. Touch me. Now touch me. That's a dream. Now dating again, too. Are you dating? Are you dating, Tulipa? Where do you live again? You live in, near Shropshire, don't you? Somewhere in there. When a female fetus is conceived, the number of eggs that the girls have is set very early. Listen to me. I'm not saying anything about the fetus. I'm talking about how you can feel today, being an alive human being, choosing your food. Health dating jokes, Lewis. Neurosis. Your health dating jokes lose neurosis. What does that mean? What does that mean, Tulip? I don't know what that means. Can you write that out in a different way, maybe with punctuation or something? There are food packets now that give you the carbon footprint of the products as a percentage of your allowance. That's not a carbohydrate. That's something totally different, and that's a scam. Food, whatever. That's complete rubbish. Lewis, could you come and visit us around the UK? I will. You're down in the South Coast. I will. Even if there's one person there, I would come. I think that would be great. It would get me out of the house. Leanne Lewis. How about we like even when we don't like or agree with your thoughts? Surely that's better. Yes. I mean, I don't understand exactly what you mean, Leanne, but I think I mean it. What about Jonathan King? He turned out to be a bad guy, Jonathan King. I don't know what that's in reference to. Not me talking about your pod content. I still don't know what you mean. 10 seconds later, he doesn't even remember what he's just ranted, Rubes. I don't. It's what he is. I don't remember. I don't carry a grudge too much. The most important thing is if you like me. Is if you like me. If you've got sleep apnea, who said they have sleep apnea again? Is that Vatanai? Who I don't remember who said that. Darth Schaffer. But sleep apnea, if you've got a sleeping machine, you're killing yourself with a sleeping machine. What you should do is you should tape your mouth so you can breathe out of your nose, number one. And number two, you should lose as much weight as you can and eat a low-carb diet. Carrie broke the first rule of the Schaffer Club. Never can say goodbye. Did she? I'm too drunk to F. Okay. Well, we'll catch you on another day, Carrie. Everybody, let's say goodbye to Carrie. Bye-bye, Carrie. We'll see you later. Micropore tape, that's what I use. You know that I use the micropore tape. That's the size of them. I mean, used to be a full thing, but that's what I use. She will learn the rules if she comes back. Let's hope she comes back. I want everyone to come back. I don't want you to leave. Please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. There's something about a Schaffer. Well, you know that Schaffers are bright and breezy, free and easy. He's the lady's pride and joy, falls in love with Kate and Jane, and then he's off to sea again. Okay, ship ahoy, ship ahoy. There's something about Schaffer. Yeah, I'm out there with all the ladies. Yes, I am. You know what it is? I'm so old. I'm so old. I'm sorry. I'm so old. Thank you very much, Carrie B. Thank you very much, Carrie B. We're going to end in 10 minutes anyway. Rules is rules. Says Maltese Phil is here. We always obeyed the rules. If we always obeyed the rules, where would we be? Germany. If we ignore the rules, France. Either way, we're messed up. That's a very good point. That's a really, really good point. That's a very good point. We got to break some rules. It's not killing me that the rules are broken. It's just painful, really. The fact that Carrie says she's going to come back is really good. Is really good. Lower carbs, lower alcohol. That's my advice to everybody. Leanne is saying goodbye to Carrie B. She's 64 years old. So young. That was a quick hour. We've had a very quick hour. I think the shows are getting a bit better. Are they getting better? I don't know what better means. I have already said, I agree that health conditions are now helped by a low-carb diet. No argument. But a fit low-carb eating mother can give birth to a girl with PCOS. I don't believe so. No, I don't believe so. I don't believe any child has ovaries, really. I'm a baby. I don't think that they do. I'm going to look it up. Can I look it up? Let's look it up. Can a child be born with PCOS? Okay. You were not born with PCOS, according to AI, in the sense that symptoms are present at birth. But you were born with a predisposition of developing it. So the answer is you're not born with it. You're not born with it. Where does it say you're born with it? Vatanai, that's not right. Okay. It was a very quick hour. It's all good. Our boy Lewis is still in the game. Thank you, Jetster. I'm still in the game. And every single day, I'm getting better and better again. I was thrown for a loop when they fired me from GB News. I was thrown for a loop. Okay. Maybe I should lower the sound if you think this is too loud. But I was thrown for a loop. As many of you people are thrown for a loop. Are you thrown for a loop? Of course you are. You know, and that's why we're saying we're too old. I'm too old. What's that song? What is the song? It's probably a Leonard Cohen song about being too old. Let me just see if it's a Leonard Cohen song. Leonard Cohen song about being old. About being born again. No, that's not it. Maybe it's a Bob Dylan song. No, no, no. Do you know it's a line? It's a lyric. They're thinking it as like a religious song. I don't mean it as a religious song, but that's what we're trying to do. I think tonight you are right, Joodles. And the people who said you're too much, Lewis. I am too much. I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean, if you've got a physical problem, okay, and somebody comes up to you and says, this is what's causing it, and he seems like he actually believes it. This is, you might want to listen. This is what I think. I'd rather we'd stick with the train and films. Joe Sanders. That was good. That was good. But PCOS, late stream, PCOS. I'm not a doctor, but this is what I believe in. No one knows. What are you saying, Keith Bexley? No one knows. Children technically have ovaries. The youngest known pregnancy was 9 years old. That's a child, but not somebody who's born. I don't know. Don't those things have to develop in a baby? I'm talking about a baby. I'm a child too. Everybody's a child. I've got parents or had parents. They're dead. God bless them. Children technically, yes. Children, 9. Tower of Song? I don't think that's the song, Alan Williams, but I appreciate you coming in there and asking that. Lucy is speaking to Joodles, the two of them. They're like they're the two most dangerous women on this podcast. The two most dangerous. They're dangerous. They're dangerous women. They think, they express themselves. Crazy for Love. No, it's a song about being born again, but not born again, about today is a new day. Today, I'm trying to remember the song. It's like an anthem to me. You're playing it and you feel, this is a new start. There's a new day coming. I don't say anything that I know to be untrue. I'm not saying you do, but PCOS manifests itself in puberty. Yes, it does. After 13 or 10 or 9 years of eating high carbs. How many more times girls' eggs are formed when they are an embryo? But have they seen actual signs of PCOS in a newborn baby? The answer is, I don't know how you might, but I don't mean to question you, Vatanai, but how do we know? Girls are born with all the eggs they ever have. Okay, they are in their ovaries. But do they have symptoms of PCOS, which is growth? What causes growth? High insulin levels cause growth. High carbohydrate levels causes growth. Yeah, you're a serious. Yes, you are. I forgot all about that because I'm in love with you, Joe. So I'm not afraid of you. Okay, maybe I should. You're saying I should be. I should be afraid of you. Joe Sanders, yes, I am afraid of you. I'm scared to death of women. Maybe I shouldn't be talking like this. You can't tell a woman. Feeling Good by Nina Simone? No, I don't even know Nina Simone that well. She was much bigger in this country than she was in America. I don't think she was. In America, she's an American. Wasn't she an American, Nina Simone? I don't remember. I should keep a list of the songs that have like anthems in my brain that have really had an effect on me. Songs that you listen to and you think to yourself, I'm not giving up. First, maybe it's First We'll Take Manhattan. Maybe that's what it is. Let's see what that is. Do you know that song, First We'll Take Manhattan? First We'll Take Manhattan. Lyrics. Okay, let's see what the lyrics are. This is one of those songs that, that really had an effect on me. You loved me. I used to sing this to my ex-girlfriend. You loved me as a loser, but now you're worried that I just might win. You know the way to stop me, but you don't have the discipline. How many nights I prayed for this. to let my work begin. First we take Manhattan, then we take Berlin. Do you know that song? First Google that song. I'm not going to play it. I don't want to get a letter or anything. What does it say? It says this. What a great thought that is. I'm guided by a signal in the heavens. Maybe it's true. Maybe I'm guided. Maybe this is what I have to happen. I got to resume my goal. I'm guided by a signal in the heavens. Maybe we all have to resume our goals. Every one of you has a goal. We all have a goal. But I'm guided by a signal in the heavens. I'm guided by this birthmark on my skin. I'm guided by the beauty of our weapons. First, we take Manhattan. Then we take Berlin. I'd really like to live beside you, baby. I love your body and your spirit and your clothes. But you see that line there moving through the station? I told you. I was one of those. I'm on the line. I'm moving. I'm not going to stay behind. And you loved me as a loser. But now you're worried that I just might win. You know the way to stop me, but you don't have the discipline. How many nights I prayed for this? To let my work begin. First we take Manhattan. Then we take Berlin. Okay? So that's what Leonard Cohen says. Do you know that song? Let's see if you know that song. The song is about Jewish power. Might be about Jewish power. Might be about Jewish power. By the birthmark on our skin, you might see it that way. It could be about that. It speaks directly to me. I didn't see Jewishness in it, but you might see it. Maybe it is about being Jewish. Okay, Joodles. Live river running free. You know how I feel. It's a new day dawning. Let's look for that song. Let's look for that song. That's Cat Stevens, who I used to love, and I'm going to love again. Cat Stevens, there is a new day dawning. Okay? Is that the song? Dawning. Is that the song? Wait, that's not what... No, we can't watch it there. We can't watch it. Turn it off. There is a new day dawning. It's Feeling Good by Nina Simone. Let's look up that song, Kermit. It is Feeling Good. Lyrics by Nina Simone. Maybe I heard it. I don't know. I heard it. It's a new dawn. That's a different song. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. That's that song that was used for, that's like a 1990s song. I can't sing it. Should I sing it? I think that's the song. You know how I feel. Yeah, that's not. Thank you, Kermit. That's not the song that I was thinking of, but it's a great song. It's a really great song. It's a great song. Cohen supposedly took part in Donald Ewan Cameron's medical experiments. What, the LSD stuff? Is that the LSD stuff? It's a new day, and I'm feeling good. One of the pupils likes singing it. Yeah, it can be inspirational. Lewis, you're becoming the script writer with his pigeons on top of that New York tenement department and the producers. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I could be coming crazy. I think it's First We Take Manhattan. There are a couple of those inspirational songs where you're sitting there saying, I've got to produce something great. I've got to produce something great. The song is First We Take Manhattan. It's an old song from the 80s or 90s or something. He sang Hallelujah, Leonard Cohen. He was brilliant. He was brilliant. Okay, we got 5 minutes. Let's do Lewis Schaffer a favor. If you like this thread, more people will see it. We'll get some new people coming in here. We get a few new people. I promise you, I'll try not to yell at them like I yelled at Carrie B. I mean, it's one of those things when you see people who you've got an answer for, and they don't want it. I mean, when was high carbs called high carbon? I don't know. Anyway, so go to the like thing. Go to coffee. Send a couple of pounds. You know, maybe we shouldn't say send to the coffee thing. Maybe we should say go to Patreon. Maybe we should go to PayPal and just send the stream a lot of money. I mean, it's important. You're saving lives. I think, honestly, Shanks, my life was saved. My life was saved by what's his name? You know, my life was saved. I can't even remember the guy's name because my memory, I don't have the short-term memory. But when I first saw the thing about high carbs, it was like my brain exploded a little bit. I said, how come I've never been told this? How come I didn't know about low carbs? I mean, I knew about Atkins, but I didn't understand it. And he explained it to me. And one by one, every disease that I had, from my athlete's foot to the sleep apnea, to the gout, to the swollen hands and feet, to the bleeding gums, to the rotting teeth, all the cavities that I had, to the sleep apnea, to the psoriasis, or to the retinopathy, all of those went away. Cured. I don't have any diseases now. I've got high blood pressure, but I had that when I was young. And maybe I don't. I had high blood sugar. Okay, I love it. Donate at Patreon. That's a good thing to donate from. Lucy says, "Oh no, Leanne, no. What is Leanne saying? Leanne, I love singing. Hell, don't say. I'm not gonna sing that. I look great now, Shanks. I mean, I look pretty good for 68. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at the thin. Look at how thin that is. I mean, is it great? You know, I'm rock hard. That's the most. I always forget erectile dysfunction. I had erectile dysfunction, and I don't have that now. I mean, nothing comes out, but I'm back in the game. There was nothing wrong with saying a low carb diet to people, but it is tactless to go full frontal about it. Bring the doubters round slowly. Yes, that's a problem that I have, Vatanai. I don't. I just start screaming. I start screaming and people go, I'm not listening to that. I'm not listening to that. Yeah. But yeah, so you're right, Vatanai. Anyway, but thank you. Thank you, Vatanai, for being here. Thank you for telling me this. I feel bad. I shouldn't be screaming at somebody. Don't breathe in the dust that comes out. What are we talking about? Anyway, so let me go to let me thank everybody that's here. We've had over 35 people watching this show, I think, which is not, I mean, what's good about this stream, basically, is that we've got people who return, and that's important to me. I should pretend it doesn't matter. Today I told somebody how much I cared for her. Sometimes it makes people happy and sometimes it doesn't. So you've got to be careful. But I say thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me see what we have here. Can everybody like the thing? We've got 17 people liking it, 26 people liking it now. If you haven't, Joe Sanders, Lucy Van Pelt, thank you very much for being here. Vatanai, thank you very much, Vatanai, for saying you forgive me. I appreciate that. If you ever stop me and say, Lewis, calm down, in a nice way, I will calm down. We could write maybe a libretto. Let's write a libretto. Let's write something. let's do something and just say, I did something because Lewis Schaffer asked me to do something. Tulipa, thank you very much for coming in. Carrie B, we'll see you soon. Maltese Phil, we'll see you. Shanks, always great. MJ Tigerfang, we had a nice discussion tonight. Del Boy Trotter and Joodles, of course, Joodles. Joe Sanders. I am afraid of you. I am afraid of all women. I am afraid of all women. As I get a little bit older, I'm not quite as afraid because you can't destroy my reputation. I've destroyed it myself. I have got no secrets to conceal. How does it feel to be on your own with no direction home? A complete unknown. How does it feel? That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel free. How does it feel? That's Bob Dylan. Thank you, Vatanai. I've said that before. Del Boy Trotter. Brilliant. Brilliant. Alex. I appreciate it. Kermit, of course. Andrew. Ruben, thank you very much. I think that's pretty much everybody. If I've forgotten to say your name, Leanne, thank you for coming. If I've forgotten to say your name, just say, hey, what about me, Lewis? What about mentioning me? And I will mention you. I'll go to the front of the line and I'll see. What about MC Scott? Don't be afraid. The women love you back, Lewis. Yes. And this is the change that I have, is I'm prepared to love. I'm prepared to love. I'm not going to say, well, I'm not going to have sex with you because you haven't done exactly what I want you to do. I'm not prepared to do that. Okay? I'm not prepared to do that. I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to say, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Me, a complete unknown, like a rolling stone. What a great song, Bob Dylan. I know a lot of people don't like Bob Dylan. I didn't like him growing up either. But that song, suddenly, Bob Dylan, maybe because he's a Jew. Who knows what the story is? But that's a great song. I'm going to sing a little bit of that song on the way out, which is Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone lyrics. Dylan. Okay, there we go. Okay, once upon a time you dressed so fine, you threw the bums a dime in your prime, didn't you? Yeah. People call, they say, beware, doll, you're bound to fall. And you thought they were all kidding you, and now you're falling. You used to laugh about everybody that was hanging out. You used to laugh at them. Now you don't talk so loud. Now you don't seem, I'm going to start crying. Now you don't seem so proud. This is Bob Dylan. How great is Bob Dylan? Let's read the lyrics, everybody. Let's read the lyrics. Can you see the lyrics there? Can you see them? We're going to go for another 2 more minutes while we read this. Let's read the lyrics. Now you don't talk so loud. Now you don't seem so proud about having to be scrounging for your next meal. How does it feel? Now that you know, how does it feel to be without a home? You're not so arrogant now, to be a complete unknown, like a rolling stone. Yeah, incredible. And you've gone to the finest schools, all right, Miss Lonely. But you know, you only used it to get juiced in it. You went to the best schools so you can take your drugs or alcohol or whatever. Nobody ever taught you how to live out there on the streets. Now you're going to have to get used to it. You say you never compromise with the mystery tramp, but now you realize he's not selling any alibis. As you stare in the vacuum of his eyes and say, do you want to make a deal? Because you're desperate now. Is he talking to me? Is he talking to me? How does it feel with no direction home? A complete unknown, like a rolling stone. You know what? You never turned around to see the frowns on the jugglers and the clowns when they all did tricks for you. You never understood that it ain't no good. You shouldn't let other people get your kicks for you. You used to ride a chrome horse with your diplomat who carried on his shoulder a Siamese cat. It's hard when you discover that he wasn't really where it's at. and he took from you everything he could steal. How incredible is that? How does it feel? That's what he's asking. How does it feel? How does it feel to hang on your own? Is that the lyric there? With no direction home, like a complete unknown, like a rolling stone. You know, I think he had like 10 pages of these things, and then he edited it down. What an unbelievable song. We're in our second act. We are going to survive. We're going to do something great, each and every one of us. Or at least I'm going to try. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try. I'm going to try. Listen, thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody. That's all I have to say. No. No, what is Only Connect? Did she do that? No, no, no. A poet of modernity, Mr. Zimmerman. He was great. He was great. He was absolutely, absolutely great. Keith Bexley, I say goodbye to you. Alan Williams, I say goodbye to you. I say goodbye to everybody who's been in the stream. Tulipa, a special goodbye. And Lucy, goodbye. And Vatanai, goodbye. We will see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock, I guess. I hope. If not, I'll see you tomorrow at 10:30. If not, I'll see you somewhere else. All right? Is that fair? I think that's fair. Are there any songs that don't make you cry, Lucy? No. I mean, you're asking me, Lucy. I don't know. That one makes me cry. Maybe I'm seeing myself back at uni. Maybe I'm seeing myself now. Maybe I'm just reading the lyrics that I never read before. You know, it's Bob Dylan. I mean, some things don't make me cry, but the ones by the greats, Leonard Cohen, Bob Dylan, some of these songs are just like amazing. Are amazing. The Birdie song. What is the Birdie song from? Bye Bye Birdie? Bye Bye Birdie. Okay, hi ho, Kermit. I will see you later. Thank you very much. If on the way out you can't swing by and press the like thing, that would make me happy. All right, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go to this thing. You are allowed to say goodbye. What is this? We are not. Lewis, us tough girls and boys will see you tomorrow. Thank you, Joe. I like the tough girls. I like tough girls. I like girls with some. That's why when people say, you're a misogynist, Lewis. I'm not. My mother was like, you know what I mean? Come on, let's be honest. You're allowed to say goodbye. Do you want to say goodbye to me? Everybody say goodbye to me. Granddad by Clive Dunn. Good night, everybody. I'm letting you say goodbye. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. And we'll see you tomorrow. And I'll be looking at your goodbyes. Thank you, Andrew.